So, if you're anything like me, you like to do those monthly art challenges or prompts, such as Inktober or Mermay. Well, for this particular month of December, I plan to do wishcember, which is something created by Jane Davenport in her mixed media artimology group. And I'm using my Jane Davenport Butterfly Effect book, which is basically like her own version of a traveler's notebook. And the pages are the watercolor pages that you can buy from her website that sort of fit the Butterfly Effect book. And I've already covered all of them in watercolor and tissue paper and distress ink and dilution sprays, which is what you're seeing there. And yeah, I thought they're just sitting around, and they've been like that for, goodness, most of the year, I think. Watercolors from, Daniel Smith, Prima Marketing, Colour Confections, some of Jane Davenport's acrylic paint, as on the orange one, and some of her watercolors as well. So I thought, it's just sitting there, and I always tell myself I'm going to use it, but I never do. So I thought, well, why don't I? Why don't I use it for this? So I don't have that blank page-itis syndrome, or, I don't have the fear of the blank page, sorry. So today's prompt, the 1st of December, is smiling eyes. And if you've watched my previous video where I upload a massive video where I unbox a heap of Jane Davenport supplies, I got these tin of glances, and these little stamps are just so handy. So I thought I would use that just on this little piece of paper, because if I'm going to do a daily prompt, I'm going to make sure that it is going to be something I can do really quickly. And trying to do a video every day might be asking a little bit much, but we'll get there. Right now I'm just trying to figure out what else I wanted to do. And I regretted not using that stencil, but that's okay. Me trying different stamps, and this particular stamp that I'm using is the DIY face stamps from her very first mixed media line. This binder is from her Spellbinders collection. Most of these stamps are Spellbinders. Some of them are a James Luke Burke stamp, but I'm not going to use them today. And die cuts. So here I am with the stamps, and I'm going to use a little nose and a little mouth just for this particular piece. I'm using the Mermaid Eyes Squid ink. The colour Mermaid Eyes. It's really nice colour. And then I just picked up some scrap pieces of paper to use one of Jane's Seaweed Flowers die cutter. Die? What's the plural of die? Anyway, this is Jane Davenport's very beautiful deep sea die cutter. Very, very beautiful, very fun to use, very heavy, but, and this. Okay, so as you can see, there's a lot of little pieces that I have to poke out of those, and it took forever. Like, poking out all those little pieces of paper took ages. Sitting here for hours trying to do it. Well, not hours, because I did all of this in a full day, but yeah. And now I'm just sort of auditioning, as Jane likes to say, auditioning the dies on the page, trying to figure out a really good way to put them on there. And I come to my conclusion, and then I decide to use a Liquitex matte medium, because I've run out of the Jane Davenport matte medium. Oh, heartbroken. I love that one. So just putting it over the top of the watercolor. Now these are Jane's watercolors. It's the color Squid, the color Ink, and Frida. And with the matte medium, it does lift the color a little bit, but you barely notice it. It's not really a problem. But the ink that I've used to stamp on, that's not going to move. Like, nothing I do is going to move that. Oh, and, okay, so this is a mistake. Well, it's not a mistake. Well, it's not a happy accident either. It was something that I didn't really like how it looked, so I tried to remove it with an eraser. It didn't work so well, just sort of lifted up the watercolour and left the pencil there, but that's okay. These things happen. So I got out my little Fishkotex shimmering pastels from Jane's. All of the stuff in this video is from Jane except for the Liquitex. And I promise this video is not sponsored. You would think it was, but it's not. I just really like her stuff. It's really affordable, really bright and colourful, and just works amazingly well. But yeah, I didn't end up using that stencil. Oh, and this is me trying to sort of brighten the colouring a little bit with the colour sticks, which I really love the colour sticks, but they work best over like matte medium or gesso. They didn't work very well on the bottom corner here with the pink, but that's okay. It's okay. These things happen. And it doesn't detract overall from the actual piece. So again, not super worried. I'm going to go over the top with some Jane watercolours. There's Frida and Ink are the colours that I'm using here. They're the ones that are already on the page, so it was just going to blend in and make them a little bit brighter. But watercolour is not at all opaque, so it's not going to cover it. It's just going to sort of detract from it just that little bit. And here I am with a glitzy marker going over the eyes just to give it a little bit of sparkle, which you can't see, but I can see, and I'm the one that's going to go through it. So yeah. And then here is my trusty white gel pen. I have multiple different brands, and I just grabbed the nearest one. I would have used Jane's paint over pen in the colour Unicorn, which is the white, but it's just not opaque enough. I don't, it's, yeah, and the nib wasn't thin enough for me either. So I thought I would go over these with the stars and things like that. And then this stamp, Start the Art. Oh, I love it. I thought it would be really good to put on the page for the first prompt. Yeah, the pink was not a good idea. This is the License to Quill pen. This is a really nice black felt tip pen. Oh, it's amazing. It goes over the top of anything, like anything. It's fantastic. Oh, but that pink stamp didn't work out so much, so I thought I'd go over the top with a black. That took forever to dry, like forever. Ooh, little page number for myself. Yeah, took forever to dry, and then once it was dry, I went over the top with the white squid ink, which is called Beluga White. Yeah, that didn't work out so well either. So, to be honest, I just went right over the top with the white gel pen. It was just easier and sort of gives it a little bit of added texture, because when you're looking at it through the book, it just looks much nicer. So I've gone over that and added a little page number, adding some silver little sparkly stars, and putting it back into my book. Well, almost. Have to give myself a little tick. Say, woo, I did it. So yeah, first day of wishcember. I really hope you liked this video, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them. I will have a link down below to where you can find Jane's website and buy all of these really amazing goodies. And if you are a fan of Jane, please, please, please join the Facebook group. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Good luck.